All right, so you weren't dealt the easiest cards in life, right?
Right.
Most people aren't. At what moment did you decide you wanted something different? Did you start by chasing money, or were you, what were you in the search of initially?
Yeah. To set the stage, because we've got so many new people that follow this show. And by the way, guys, 74% of you who are watching this on YouTube right now have not subscribed to the channel. It would mean a lot to me if I'm adding value to your life, if I'm giving you information that is impactful, that's going to help you transform and transition to your higher self. Please consider subscribing. But a lot of people here don't know that I wasn't dealt the best hand in life. I was molested as a kid by 2 older boys over and over again. So I was fucked up mentally and emotionally that way. And then my family and I escaped the Soviet Union, Armenia, when I was 6 years old. We came here to the United States. And again, living in Section 8 housing, beat up by gangbangers, told that, like, hey, you're a foreigner, go back to your own fucking country. Your family's taking our American jobs. And I was like, holy shit, my dad told me like America was supposed to be like this inclusive melting pot of people. It's the opposite of that, right? And so I wasn't like, I didn't have rich parents. I had to figure everything out. There was a time that I was a bus boy at Disneyland, a bouncer at Oz, the gay bar, and a personal trainer at LA Fitness just to make ends meet. And plenty of times I've been in massive debt just trying to find my way out of credit card debt. So no, I wasn't, but here's how I like things shifted. The first shift was I realized I'm not a slave. Like there was something that I despised about having a boss. I couldn't understand. And I talk about this in my book, Man Up, but I was probably 19 years old, bro. And I'm working the grill at Carnation Cafe restaurant. This is when the Main Street Electrical Parade was still happening. Like that's the generation I come from, like the late 90s, right? And I'm working Carnation Cafe, the grill. There's like, I'm not kidding, like probably about 20 steaks on the grill, like 15 hamburger patties, like 20, 30 chicken breasts on there, and I'm fucking doing this, man. I'm like the fucking Salt Bay, right? Doing my thing. And then next to me is my friend Chanta. He's working the window where he puts all the food together and he puts it out and he tears a check and he puts it all there and the waitress or waiter would take it out. And then over there, Caesar, he's doing the sandwiches and salads. And I used to have sideburns. So clean shaven, because Disney didn't want facial hair, but your sideburns can't go past your earlobes. All of a sudden, I'm like, bro, I got fucking meat grease on me. Imagine that, right? Like it's hot, you're working a fucking grill, summertime, Main Street Electrical Parade, everyone wants to eat at Carnation Cafe on Main Street, and boom, I feel like a pen that just slaps me across the face, like equal with my earlobe, and I look, and it's Kathy, my supervisor. Now, in my book, my publisher asked me to change her name because we wanted to not get sued. But I'm going to tell you right now, Kathy, I know that was you. And if you're listening, I forgive you. It's all good. But she slapped the pen along my face. And my sideburn apparently was longer than my earlobe, right? So I turn around and I see it's Kathy. She goes, go across the street to the locker rooms and shave your sideburns up. Bro, first, and I get it. Look, that's Disney standards. I done fucked it up. I fucked it up. But first of all, I'm backstage. In Disney, they call it on stage, backstage, right? Like a show. I'm backstage. None of the guests, customers are seeing me. Secondly, Main Street Electrical Parade. I can't cross the street unless there's a break in the parade and it's like for seconds and there's a million people, like, right? Thirdly, I don't want to let my homies down. Like there's just 3 of us working in the kitchen. Now we're going to be 3rd less people, right? And so I find my way, I fight my way across the street, go to locker rooms, get my razor, shave up like a 1/4 of an inch. My sideburns come back. So actually more people saw me on stage when I crossed the fucking Main Street USA there, because there's like a bazillion people on Main Street, whereas they would have never seen me working backstage. But I was like, you know what? Like in that very moment, I was her bitch. I was her slave. She's like, I'm docking your pay. You're going to go across the street. You're going to shave up your shit 1/4 of an inch, and you're going to come back and work the grill again. And I didn't like that feeling. I never wanted anyone to ever tell me what to do again in life for the shitty amount of money that you get, right? It's like, let's face it, if you're working for that kind of job, not a career, if you're working a job, even most careers, you don't get paid well, right? And you're not passionate about what you're doing. Right. And so I was like, dude, I think I'm unemployable. I think I don't need a boss. And so to me, freedom was the first thing I was looking for. Like I would rather just eat top ramen, live out of a shitty apartment, and have enough money to make top ramen and pay my apartment bill and then have a gym membership. I wasn't even trying to be a millionaire. I just don't want a boss,
Really?
and I don't want to be homeless. Yeah. That led to, oh shit, I'm so good at this, I could sell more of this thing. And then that led to making more money. And then you develop all the skill sets, and you realize, and fast forward 20 some odd years, almost 30 years now, and then you're a multimillionaire, multiple companies, you have exits and all these things. But the first thing was like, I realized I'm not employable. I never want anyone to treat me that way again. Or even just being written up because you're a few minutes late to something. Like, fuck, man, we're human. Or take your 15-minute break and you're 16 minutes into your break and like they come out like, hey, we're going to dock you one. Shut the fuck up with your 1 minute of pay. Like, fuck you. Back then, like, what was I getting paid? $11 an hour, right? So 1 minute of pay for $11 an hour. All you math nerds, let me know what that 1 minute was worth at $11.25 an hour in the comment section. But god damn, never wanted anyone to ever fucking treat me that way again. And so because of that, I had such a fucking allergy to that I was like, I just need freedom. I'd rather eat top ramen and live in a fucking gang-infested community and have access to a gym than ever have a boss again. And that was the catalyst that I was like, I'll figure it out from there. Guys, quick interruption to the show. Let me tell you all about the Keuilian Wellness Shot. If you're like me and you care about your health, hydration, and building a strong immune system so you can stay active and you can get after it in life, then you want to try the Keuilian Wellness Shot. I used to take 11 different supplements in the morning. Things like vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin B12, echinacea, ginger, and a whole bunch more. Now it's all included in the Keuilian Wellness Shot. I want to send you a 30-day supply for 50% off. Just go to Keuilian.com, use the code word Bedros, my name, to get 50% off. You'll also get free shipping. You get a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee, and $1 of every order goes to Shriners Children's Hospital. And when you use the code word Bedros and do the subscribe and save, which is a Keuilian Tribe program, every month you'll get a fresh supply of Keuilian Wellness Shots for an additional 20% off and free shipping, and $1 of every monthly order will go to Shriners Children's Hospital. So go to Keuilian.com, use code word Bedros, and take advantage of this amazing offer. Now back to the show.
So obviously you mentioned your motivation was freedom. You didn't want to have a boss because that terrible experience to have someone like measure your freaking sideburns in the middle of a rush out of all times. But do you think there's a difference between the people that are watching this that, you're looking at it from like, I just want to be free and I want to have a boss. They're looking at it as like, they're just chasing clout, or they're chasing kind of what you're chasing, but not for the same reason. Like, do you see a difference there?
The reason matters the most, right? My reason was freedom. And I think freedom is a far higher thing on the food chain of like things that humans want, freedom over money. Like if I said, hey, Leighton, do you want freedom or do you want to be a slave but have millions of dollars in the bank account? I'm guessing you'd say, I'll take freedom and be broke over, let me go be a slave for someone and have millions of dollars in the bank account, but that 1 or 2 hours a day that they might give you time off, now you can spend that millions of dollars. Well, you don't get to spend it the way you want it because you're too busy slaving away for someone. And so with that in mind, if someone's chasing, and there's nothing wrong with chasing money, but the reason I was chasing money was for the freedom. Jerry Seinfeld said it best. Jerry Seinfeld recently did a commencement speech for some university. And if y'all don't know Jerry Seinfeld, he's a great comedian who created the Seinfeld show, who's now a billionaire. With a B. Yeah, right? And he just does stand-up comedy now, just whenever he wants, just for the hell of it, right?
Fun.
But he's given this commencement speech, dude, and he goes on to say, look, he goes, wherever you guys end up, to this graduating class, he goes, wherever you guys end up, just make sure you do it because you're doing it for what you love doing and for the passion of doing it, right? He goes, I wanted to be a comedian so bad, I just wanted to make enough money to get peanut butter, jelly, and white bread and live in the apartment that I can. So I can eat my peanut butter and jelly sandwich and live in my apartment and just write my comedy and write my bits. He goes, because I was doing it for the sake of comedy and not money, I ended up being a billionaire. And I believe that to be true. I value freedom so much. I have more freedom than my own mentor, Jim Franco now, right? I have more freedom than my mentor, Jim Franco now, because like I don't run my own, like we went there, we did the vlog the other day. Remember, I called him, I'm like, Jim, we're in town, we're gonna come by. He's like, well, I gotta do my sales training with my team first, right? My own mentor, who's a multimillionaire, does his own sales training. I don't do sales training. I don't do sales training with you, with Max, with any of our closers, because there's people that do that now. And so I value freedom so much that I make an obscene amount of money because I'm chasing freedom. I think people who are chasing I want to buy myself a Bugatti, a fucking Ferrari, a Petit Philippe. That's all cool, and I love all those things, and I have some of those things. However, when the going gets tough and you're chasing clout or recognition or the blue check mark or 1 million followers, going gets tough, you're going to quit in your quest for the Ferrari or the blue check mark or the 1 million followers. You'll never quit in your quest for, like in Jerry Seinfeld's case, making people laugh. You'll never quit in your quest for freedom. I want time freedom, and I want it to be respected. Don't put a fucking pen along my face or tell me I'm docked for 1 minute. Like, I'm fucking human. It took me a little longer to eat this sandwich. I'm sorry, right? Like, God damn, if I'm working harder than everyone else, I'm not going to be like, hey, you know, I got 1.5 hours worth of work done in this 1 hour. Shouldn't I get paid 30, you know, for that extra 30 minutes of work that I did in that 1 hour? They're not going to pay me more for it. And so I was just like, I'm not going to be treated like a fucking animal. But the bottom line here is this, man. People who chase clout, the going will get tough no matter what. If your quest is freedom or if your quest is possessions. When your quest is possessions, when the going gets tough, most people will quit or slow down. When your quest is freedom or something passion-driven, like Jerry Seinfeld, the desire to make people laugh and bring humor to them, like, you will just keep doing it, and then one day you realize you're doing it so well that they're giving you like millions of dollars, man. That's the beautiful thing about this.